Today marks the final leg of the Southeast Asian Tour as well as the 7th race overall for this series. Welcome race fans to Seoul, South Korea, where we're getting ready for round number 7 of the AMC Theaters IndyCar Series. That's the BTS presents the Butter Grand Prix of South Korea. Today, 21 of the world's fastest stop-motion drivers are set to take on this just over 1.5 mile street circuit, which is a super tight but super fast one. So it's going to be incredible to watch this event, and there is a lot to talk about going into it. Annyeong race fans, and welcome to Seoul, South Korea. It's Sebastian Cortez joining you for round number 7 of the AMC Theaters IndyCar Series, where a lot of anticipation is already building up both in and out of the track. Outside of the track, of course, that's the main sponsor of this race, Butter, which is a new single coming from BTS May 21st. More on that later, because that is days away. We're minutes away, however, from this highly anticipated event where there is a lot of stories going in. Who's going to win today? Of course, that's the big story. Could it be Jimmy Spock, who took a stunning victory, by the way, in Japan just a couple weeks ago, or his AJ4 teammate Ayrton Coetzee, who won in Manila just weeks before that? The AJ4 cars are coming in very hot, and that actually leads me nicely into the next segue, which is the championship point standings. With only 3 races left in the season, of course, points are going to become ever so crucial. And Luis Paredes currently holds that lead at 226 points. But 3 Penske cars, Sergio Morales, Tristan Andretti, and Prix are all within reach of dethroning him. Will they be able to do it today? We're going to find out in just a few minutes. For recaps of previous events as well as the current championship standings, go online to amcindycars.weebly.com. Link in the description. As well, you might want to watch previous events using the link in the top of our screen. That banner, of course. With that said, time to get these engines fired and let's go racing.
Drivers, start your engines! I'm rocking.
Time now for the SHOE-Guh, the starting grid. In row number 1 will be Delight Martinez and Micah Damon. Last time she was on pole position, Delight went on to win the race. Will she do it again today? Row number 2 are the AJ4 teammates Jimmy Spock and Ayrton Coetzee, winners of the last 2 races. Row number 3 will be Brian Lopez and Auto Club winner Sergio Morales. Row number 4 will be Lizzie Salem joined by John Whitaker. And in row number 5, Tristan Andretti, and rounding at the top 10, car number 10 in Fernanda Cordero. Row number 6, we will see Etienne Lam and Darlene Mejia launch away from there. Row number 7, or Map of the Soul 7, will be Alexander Stigl and Brie Lee. Row number 8, we will see Kevin Rollins joined by Joe Donahue. In row number 9, we will see Anakin Justin joined by Drew Graves, who won pole position at Auto Club earlier this year. Row number 10 will be Jared Kaler joined by Chase Smith. And in a huge shock to everybody, row number 11 is Luis Paredes, the championship leader right now as we speak. So he'll be looking to storm his way from the back to the front throughout today's 12-lap race on this just 1.306 mile street circuit. Very small and indeed very tight, but it's still incredibly fast. So it's going to be a great event, a great race to watch here in the streets of Seoul, South Korea, and it's just about time we got it going. Oh, the hype leading up to today's event. Will Delight Martinez take her second win right after taking her second pole? Will Micah Damon get his first win of the season? Or will we see a repeat winner? Now's the time where the talking stops and the racing begins. It's time for the Butter Grand Prix of Korea. Who's going to take victory today? It is time to find out. It is on from South Korea with Micah Damon immediately getting a great start and Delight Martinez fighting back. Pole sitter, just because she didn't get a good start does not mean she's giving up, and neither is Damon as he takes the lead in Seoul. It's a back and forth fight for the lead between Martinez and Damon here in the streets of Seoul, South Korea, with Damon currently holding the advantage. But Delight is not giving up just yet. Here she comes, vying for that first spot as the AJ4 teammates of Coetzee and Spot. Whoa, look out, whoa! Whoa, we have a huge crash. We have a huge crash back here, and it is so big that in fact the safety truck is blocked. What on earth just happened? That was bizarre. I'm honestly kind of speechless. I don't know how this happened. We're still trying to get replay from race control as Jared Kaler on board. Looks like he might be done. He is on top of a car or two. So he might be done for the race, as we can see that these drivers that did get away from the crash unscathed are forced into the pits and into a red flag situation, while others have to go through the chicane. So actually, we're going to go into a quick commercial break while we try and gather footage. We will be right back. Welcome back to Seoul, race fans, where you can see some footage from just a little bit ago where the Broncos safety truck actually helped out Lizzie Salem so that it can get going again, and Lizzie herself actually got restarted and she is off again. Meanwhile, let's look at the replay and see what happened. It's actually Lizzie who inadvertently clipped her teammate, that's Darlene Mejia, so the McLaren teammates got together and pandemonium ensued behind them, which took out Anakin Justin, Jared Kaler, and Etienne Lamb. And Joe Donahue, or actually not Joe Donahue, because we're getting reports that he's actually got started again. His car has gotten refired with some considerable damage to the rear and front wings, but he has gotten going again. And in fact, we can switch over to another camera angle. There he is now. He is actually going. What a save for the 47 race tech car. That actually is quite a lucky save for him. So once he is allowed to, he will be going into the pit lane to get some repairs, some much needed repairs. As the Broncos safety truck completes cleanup and heads back into its position. And the red flag is lifted into a yellow as Joe Donahue comes into the pits, as we just discussed. He is getting his repairs and off onto the track he goes. Just in time for the restart. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Micah Damon leads. Delight Martinez is second. The battle has been very interesting throughout this race between these two. One of them might go home a winner today. Who is it going to be? Or will somebody else from behind spoil it for them? It's time to find out. And it is on again from Seoul, South Korea, where Micah Damon immediately takes the lead, and Jimmy Spock is going for a second. Sergio Morales going for a third. Nope. Not this time, says Delight Martinez. Nice try, though. And Spinner, that is really, that is a 3-car. And she is not going. That might trigger a yellow flag. There it is. We do have a yellow flag. And that is for Brie Lee, who seems to have spun out and stalled her car along the way. Very unfortunate for the 3-car. She was actually having a pretty good run throughout these past few races. And this is a huge hit for the road for her. So here comes the Broncos safety truck, who this time does not have any problems getting out onto the track whatsoever. And doesn't look like there's any damage to that car, so it looks like she'll be able to get going and fire away. So let's switch to her onboard camera, and there she goes now. Her engine is refired, and here we go. Yep, that 3-car's made it, and they're going to go just in time for the final restart on the final lap, with Micah Damon immediately getting away. And he wins it. He takes victory in Seoul, South Korea. Whoa. Okay, those were the championship leaders spinning out to the finish line. That was very bizarre, but Morales got that one. He takes third place in a bizarre finish to this rather strange but very thrilling race nonetheless. And with that victory, Micah Damon actually gets his first career victory in the AMC Theaters IndyCar Series, and along the way denies AJ Foyt Racing a sweep in the Southeast Asian Tour, as Jimmy Spock just barely misses out in victory lane. Sergio Morales comes home third, right in front of Luis Paredes after spinning out of the finish, which is very odd. Delight Martinez, the pole sitter, comes home fifth. Ayrton Cochi sixth. John Whitaker seventh. Tristan Andretti eighth. Brian Lopez ninth. And Fernando Cordero in car 10 will round out the top 10. And as the championship points are concerned, Luis Paredes and Sergio Morales have 36 points in between those two, and this fight is only going to get tighter as Miami comes ever closer. Tristan Andretti on third place with 192 points. Jimmy Spock and Brie Lee, only 10 points separate those two, and 20 separate Brie and Tristan, so anything can happen for third place. And now there's 11 drivers with more than 100 points, so as this championship winds down, this fight is getting only tighter. And with that, the Southeast Asian Tour is officially complete. Time to head back across the Pacific Ocean and into Canada, where Micah Damon will hope to make it 2 wins in a row at the Fight the New Drug Grand Prix of Canada at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal. We hope to see you guys there for the final road course race of the season, including the final standing start also. For now, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. We will see you guys in the next race.